Welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, to the ESL Pro League. We are getting ready to jump into our second map here between, technically it's still our first map, but anyway, it is going to be our second map between Cloud9 and the Renegades, but it will be a repeat. It's not going to be on Cash. The Gravity took you for a bit of a ride there. It's actually going to be on Mirage. Lex, it's very interesting.
I don't want to talk about it.
Lex, let's talk about it.
I don't.
You don't have a choice. You are here being paid to talk about things.
As uninteresting as a second map of the same map might sound to some people, this actually can get a little crazy. I mean, everybody knows at this point that's in the server playing right now what the other team just did to win, and so this is just going to be an all-out frag fest to see how we can counter each other. And I think, like, okay, on the Renegade side, they favored B throughout the entire first half and then basically split back towards A to clean their last couple rounds. Shroud had an amazing B defense. I don't think they want to go anywhere near him again. So I'm looking at JKS to see if he can open anything up on Stewie 2K. There wasn't a whole lot of op duels going on. Ricky versus Skadoodle didn't really happen. I think Skadoodle is kind of giving the respect over at mid, you know, and Renegades also take their time. I mean, they're using a lot of utility. They're slowly inching out. They're afraid of any kind of aggression. They know that, you know, connector, window, and catwalk are all occupied at all times, right? Automatic's going to be in ladder room. I'm sure they've scrimmed this team before, right? I'm sure they've played Cloud9. I'm sure they have some idea. I'm sure they've done their homework and all that. But now this is fresh in their memories. They know exactly what they had to do to win and what mistakes they made. Let's see if they can bring it back.
A lot of this was coming down as well to really close situations. Like, we had multiple rounds that, especially on the Renegades end, that were being won like by clutches. So I am a bit curious to see now if they can kind of iron out the inconsistencies, and maybe we'll see a bit of a closer match. Maybe not so much of a one-sided affair on the first half. But this time it is going to be flipped on start. It is going to be the Renegades starting off on the CT side, and Cloud9 will not jump onto the T side, which also kind of weighs things a little bit more towards the Aussie end.
Yeah, that map graphic actually 2-1 now for Cloud9 and 1-1 for Renegades. And C9 actually sending the majority of their team over towards B apps. I forget what they did on the pistol last time. I think they sat back and waited in this very same fashion, and you still pushed upper B, right?
Am
I wrong? Was when you still pushed up upper B?
Yeah.
They ended up
This is when they had two on upper B, and then they tried to push, but then the problem was that they got the fact that they were pushing out, so I think Renegades rotated back over to that site. He's going to find that first kill, and also look, they're just dueling him outside. It takes Shroud a moment, but he does get the jumping kill, but unfortunately, it doesn't last for very long. Azure jumps down from up on catwalk and takes him out, and now it's nothing on the low. He does kind of sneak around there. Yam catches him at the last second, and it's actually a really clean pistol from the Renegades. Cloud9 kind of just whiffed all their shots at mid, and it was easy pickings for the Aussies.
Yeah, Cloud9 actually, they kind of sped up the same pistol that they ran last time. They just didn't really clear upper B or try to challenge it all, which was perfect because Ustilo wasn't there. But on the other hand, I mean, C9 literally just walked into the biggest crossfire you could possibly do. I mean, Azure just from above on top of that box on catwalk. Able to find the first couple kills. 1-0 start here for Renegades, sending Cloud9 into a pistol eco with armor. Smoke and a flash on nothing and automatic, so perhaps looking for some kind of either a scrim up A-ramp, or I think they're lining up for smokes. Yam just drilling nothing through this smoke at A-ramp. You hate to see it, but Yam just does him dirty like that, and nothing falls. And that's a smoke and a flash that fall as well. Stewie 2K already at 46 HP, already this round of Spiral out of control, but the kills must still come for Renegades as JKS and Yam combine for 3 more before Ricky finishes off Cloud9. Nice clean round out of Renegades, and this is what I'm talking about. I mean, anything can happen in a best-of-1 in CS, right? But if you play the same map twice in a row, like, an incredible series of events led to the scoreline that we saw. I mean, that was a very exciting match that we just casted, but this map, I mean, I think this is Renegades' chance. They can 1-1 this for sure. And if there's an opportunity, like a straight-up mulligan, this is it, right? Play the same map right over again. So 2-0 is the scoreline. Just Glocks, a couple P250s on Cloud9. See whether or not they can do any sort of economic damage. You still already fighting 1-0, and he's just getting aggressive on in these upper B halls. He's going to run into Skadoodle, and Glocks silenced.
He's going to be over on the bit there, but the double peek doesn't work out, I believe, the way Cloud9 planned it. So it ends up Ustilo almost with an ace there. Ricky managing to find one kill a bit closer to mid, but ultimately it is going to be the man that pushes through here. Ustilo, that pretty much wrecks the entire push.
Yeah, I think it was Davey in the precast was talking about, you know, when Ustilo's playing well, a lot of the times, like, Renegades becomes this whole nother level of a team. Unfortunately, some of his teammates, I mean, they've all had their moments, but I think the confidence is growing for Justillo. I mean, I think you can agree with me there. Like, this first gun round, already pushing him in with these SMGs. Justillo finding one on automatic after he drops Azure. And this is a vicious gun battle. Shroud's gonna fall. And now it's a 4v3 situation. Make that a 4-on-2 as Stewie2K falls to the UMP.
There's so many aggressive positions being taken up, and even Ricky falling back from mid now. They have the perfect read on how Cloud9 is moving into this. This is, again, playing in because of that last map. Cloud9 already trying some similar stuff that they wanted to execute back on the first time that this map was played, and now they've got the read on it, so it's an easy shutdown. There you go. They even read that Skadoodle's moving in. Yam goes for a push underneath and finds that final kill. Cloud9 gets nowhere with that initial push, and this is a very swift 4-0 from the Renegades. They aren't even really losing that many players. Look at the money they have stacked up now. Justillo's at 11.2K. We've got 9.4K on JKS. And pretty much everybody else except for Azur's got enough for a full rebuy when they lose the first round.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the emotional side of CS that you're going to see in this rematch, essentially. I mean, it's 4-0 because Renegades is just playing with nothing to lose. They know they already lost the first map, and that whole half on their CT side, they were playing so passive, right? They were giving a lot of respect to Cloud9, and the T side was even more so. So I'm anxious to see how they go back on this T side after we finish out this half. Cloud9 buying enough utility for an A execute. They're coming up A ramp. JKS finds one. He's the only defender on this B-bomb or A-bomb site now. Skadoodle finds him. Yam returning from stairs. And there's a big push coming out from bench as Azure, Yam, and Ricky are all grouped up over there. And both of them fall. Ricky, the only one over left in connector, and he still is hot on the flank. So it's just Stewie2K in a 1v2. He's already has 2 kills on the round. So if he pulls this off,
as he gets that plant on the ground, he's going to get pushed off the Molotov, though, which does ultimately lead to his demise. They'll have to wait a few moments for the Molotov to fade, but no problems after that. The Renegades find the 5th pickup. They're getting a bit closer this time as Cloud9 kind of just forced the issue. Obviously, by that logic, they're bound to get a few more trades at the very least, but still, not being able to pick up the round. At most, they do some more economical damage to bring the overall totals down, but still hunting for that first round pickup.
Yeah, Cloud9 needs to take a deep breath here and reel this back in. They have plenty of money. They're on a full loss bonus. They're only down 5 rounds, right? It's T-side Mirage. Anything can happen, and I think, you know, here's the heavy mid and B presence that they've been showing throughout this entire series, I guess you could call it. Shroud and nothing over there towards B tunnels, but the underpass push from Azure always deadly. The aggression is Renegades, and
he's safe. There's no one top mid to try and counter out that pressure. So that's a free kill that he escapes with. Granted, good damage traded out, but still. Now they have no clue where he's going towards, and there's been no real like map control being taken by Cloud9, or they don't really have any good positions to. They don't even really have a possible side take lined up yet to really try and counter that out. So they've allowed him to push underneath here for free, and they're down a man with basically no trade.
Yeah, when you get aggressive on CT sides on any map, regardless of whether it's Mirage or Cash or Dust 2 or whatever, the big thing you do is you deny map control from the terrorists, and you get a lot of information. So the Renegades spotted multiple upper B, and so they have 2 players over in this B-bomb site dedicated now. The foresight to be able to rotate somebody over probably isn't going to come, so Cloud9 making a good call to regroup back towards this A ramp, and JKS is the only one on the site. Only support in near is Yam over at connector, and he's even checking underpass. So if they time this correctly, they could catch Yam and JKS off guard. The Molotov coming out, going to force him off toll booth, but they don't get the kill. JKS is able to live with while his rotates come in. Cloud9 able to inch their way up A ramp and over towards connector, and that's Stewie jumping over those stairs, dropping Yam, and now it's a 4v4 situation. Getting things back up, see if they can get this plan over at that default boxes. Skadoodle in the birthday cake.
Ricky did try to find this shot, but again, it's a little bit off the mark here. And the Molotov he threw out also missed too. So unfortunately, these guys not being able to find anything. There's Ricky chiming in with the first kill though. Down to a 3-on-3, but with JKS and Azure very, very low now. Ricky needs that support to be able to wrap out from the staircase. He doesn't know what's waiting for him on the other side, but they do finally push back in here. Unfortunately, everybody from Cloud9 is very safely tucked away. There's a first and second follow-up now from Stewie. And with that, Ricky's going to give up on this. Time to get the hell out of here and save this gun. Cloud9 finally have found their first round.
And that was actually really risky from Cloud9. Skadoodle planted on the far side of that default box. And they just happened to be lucky that Renegades was straight out of utility and that they had no idea where Cloud9 was. They were triple stacked at A ramp. Anybody with a kit can just walk in and defuse without ever facing any sort of consequences. Instead, Azure goes for that trade on Stewie instead of trying to stick the defuse. And with no cover left, forced to try and save Gonna be another buy out of Renegades. Their money is definitely not broken yet. Probably another buy after this, even if they lose it. But Cloud9 able to recover those guns, keeping 3 members alive. And with a chance here to stack a bank of their own and turn this half around. 5-1, Cloud9 finally on the board.
Renegades are going to get aggressive now, though. Yam pushing all the way down the T ramp, even has extra support from JKS if need be. The only player he may find a confrontation with, though, is Stewie, as everything else is clear. Actually, scratch that. Skadoodle's working his way back now, but oh, Yam looks in the complete wrong direction, and Skadoodle immediately finds the headshot as soon as he peeks against Yam. That aggression will very quickly be punished. And although Ustilo will be holding this aggressive position in apartments, sees the smoke, may even turn itself into a false positive. Renegades at the moment really have no clue where this hit could be coming from. All these very aggressive information plays, they're not finding anything.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, with a 4v5 right now, and they don't really know where Cloud9 is, Stewie2K still hasn't shown his hand this half at lurking up a ramp or at a palace, so he's cautiously waiting over there, trying to hear anything from JKS, and as he hears that shot coming in from triple, he's going to try and gamble up a ramp, but Azar finds him from stairs. Excellent rotation from Azar to help his teammate out over at A. His teamwork being displayed, but Ustilo is about to catch heat from 4 members of Cloud9 on that B-bomb site. He's flashed off. Ricky actually getting dropped by Skadoodle over in that window position. Did not clear out Ustilo. They thought maybe Ricky was the only one member on the bomb site. And Automatic desperately searching for Ustilo. Fakes the plant. Ustilo not able to connect. As they're getting dropped on the rotate, and it's just a matter of time before they run into Ustilo, and there's Automatic getting dropped. But now it's Shroud and Skadoodle facing off against JKS. 13 seconds left on the bomb plant, and there it finally is going to come in from Skadoodle. Shroud desperately trying to cover him as best he can, and there's a nice shot from him on a JKS.
JKS checking all corners at the end of the day there, but just can't find that final shot. He'll end up getting knocked out of this one. And we can see there too, some of that more early aggression from the Renegades getting punished. They don't really see where this hit's coming from until the last second, and although they do a good job of trying to trade it out, JKS just plays that a little bit too passively towards the end. Could have moved in and potentially stopped the plan entirely, but waited a bit too long. They got into secure post plants, and that final peek from the end is an instant headshot. Close it out. Again, very fast push from Cloud9 over here towards the B apartments. Not going to be moving into it just yet, but also the Renegades double stacking on Cat. And after they counter out, again, they just check downstairs there to make sure nobody pushes from underpass. They're going to head back up. And while there won't be any movement towards the site just yet, they still want to try and play around with this one, as the Renegades once more have also put Yam aggressively up towards the ramp position. He's learned his lesson from the last round, so he's not going to push beyond this sort of the intermediary room, but also leaving Stewie in the palace has that potential for when rotations are called by the Renegades that he can very quickly explode out and punish, or obviously if they just go for an A hit, well, he's already here. I'm ready to explode out from palace.
Yeah, and I mean, on that previous round, Skadoodle picking up the important frags. We haven't heard a whole lot from him throughout both these maps, but ultimately got the entry he needed and closed out that round for Cloud9. And Yam is actually pushed all the way through a ramp here, so he's going to catch Stewie falling back, and Stewie now knows that he's pushed. Yam gets the better of him, and now they have full A map control, and they're rotating with urgency towards B, as they know the bomb has to be over there on that side of the map. Yam probably going to stay and anchor. Perhaps JKS will. Nonetheless, there are 3 players dedicated now towards B rather than rotating off. That's that information plays that you're referencing earlier. This time, though, it pays off for Renegades. They get the frag and the information. Now the stack comes in. Ustilo in this ninja spot finds Skadoodle and allows Azar to pick up 1-0. And as I stutter over my words, the round is already over. Renegades with a quick execution of that B play from Cloud9. 6-2 is now the scoreline on the Renegades side. And doesn't look like they quite broke the money of Cloud9 as they're opting to buy here. Just grab a couple Tech 9s, whatever we can afford, boys.
It is a faster execute from Cloud9, but that seems to be where Renegades have sort of been able to specialize in punishing Cloud9 the best at. Unfortunately, the more, I mean, overall, even when Renegades are on the T side, the fast-paced executes that we've been seeing in this set have been the ones that have been failing the hardest here. It's been the more slow churning ones. And again, we can see it here. They try to go fast out A. Yam already punishing one of them there. Ricky even finding a second. Automatic finally trades, but it's JKS's turn to peek. He'll grab 1 for 1, and Ricky with a quick lock on a Skadoodle eliminates him. Automatic the last one over here towards mid. Tried to play it sneaky, but he was still sitting here. He waits, and again, as I said, fast-paced executes die pretty quickly, it seems, in this in these 2 maps so far.
Yeah, I mean, I've read on Reddit and Twitter many times that Cloud9 has pretty much everyone in-game leading different rounds or whatever, and this helps on a repeat map when, of course, you're running out of ideas, but you got to think the rank guys call of screw 'em up A ramp right there was Probably from a third-party member that was like, hey guys,
Rush A.
why don't we go out A? Okay. I actually like the idea. They got 2 entries. They almost cleared out the bomb site. Unfortunately, the kills just did not go their way. You still are getting aggressive upper B. He's about to run into the entire Cloud9 team. And there's a grenade out. And
horrible
Stewie
timing.
punishes him. Oh, CSGO, you beautiful game. Automatic dropping Azure now, and that's a free bomb site for Cloud9. Ricky, though, punishing them before it is too late. And I actually didn't notice. Shroud has lurked over here to connector and is going to find that kill on a Ricky. And now it's a 2-on-2. Shroud out of the play for the moment, so it's just nothing. And he's going to find one on a Yam.
He didn't even check the bench position for some reason, so nothing is going to grab that kill on the Yam. And then he even finishes things off against JKS. That was a very viable retake we had from Yam if he checks that, because it doesn't look like nothing is paying attention to it originally. And yes, unfortunately for the first player there in the apartments, things start off very badly for Cloud9. I think it's Ustilo that gets taken down there, trying to throw a smoke and hide in it. Well, that plan is found out before the smoke is even tossed out, and Cloud9 get a fast follow. Finally, though, one of those fast strats work at least. They've been trying that for the past like 3 rounds now, and third time's the charm, I guess.
I mean, it was kind of forced fast because Ustilo, man, oh, painful stuff. Sometimes it's better to be good than lucky, I suppose. Or lucky than good. That's what I meant. And Stewie was definitely both lucky and good there. Heavily cleaned
it's
up.
Not luck. It's timing.
Okay, it's RNG.
That's the key word.
It was lucky. It was any multitude of factors played into Ustilo deciding to drop that smoke, but I can't get into the man's brain, you know? In any case, he was about to run into 4 players. I said the whole team, but Shroud was over at connector. Nevertheless, looking at a potential 7-4 scoreline here for Cloud9 as they just dropped 3 members of Renegades quickly and without remorse. Almost no damage being done to the Cloud9 team. Ricky and JKS.
Oh, Stewie's found him there. A little peek outside.
Ricky just throwing pot shots with the
those little shoulder peeks look a lot more comical when you go back off, because it's like, well, I've seen you now. Next time you do that, you're a dead man.
I mean, when you're rolling with pistols, especially, like, it's not the, if you had a rifle and maybe a flashbang, maybe a jiggle peek once, you fall back, you regroup, take a better position, but with the pistols, once you know where the terrorists are, like, I don't blame people. When you jiggle peek in this game, like, I'm not going to go off on a tangent about how RNG can be, but one of those bullets, one of those bullets is going to catch Stewie in the face, and that's a different round.
Automatic just destroys Ricky. He tries to make a ballsy play by getting up on the fence, but it's denied entirely. Shutting him down. Now Azure is going to move in to take his place. Using the T-smoke to his own advantage here, pushing inside of it, hoping for a forward position when it fades that he can use to punish C9, but nope, not going to be the case from within inside of it. Shroud just wrecks him. Yam finding another pickup, but then nothing pushes from underpass and eliminates him. Trades are moving in way too strong for C9 at this point. And now, although they do have a good cross spray angle here on the A side, I doubt they're going to be able to use it that well. Ustilo moves in there. He picks up 1 more kill, but again, it's all traded out there, and because of the first 2 kills that Cloud9 got, they do end up taking the round for themselves.
JKS, well, okay, Stewie drops a Molotov at A ramp because he knows JKS is close to clear it out. And JKS just pushed right through the molly, kills Stewie, and then burns to death. Hero plays there from JKS, but not today, my friend. A nade stack coming out from Renegades. 5 grenades.
It's all mid.
It's 1.6, boys.
They're all going to stack mid and see what they can find. Cloud9 are, well, some of them are smart. Automatic has got to try to dodge it. It's down at 29 HP, and then 4 players start rushing up. A bit crazy. He does grab 1 of them, but they'll trade him out. That was the only one, though. The rest of them kind of fell back pretty quickly, and now they're just going to move up to the sites.
Yeah, it's just Shroud alone in B right now, but Stewie 2K lurking over that A bomb site, drops the AK that was recovered from Renegades, and Azure trying to make something happen on him, but Stewie 2K just too smart. All Ustilo now. He falls so quickly. The momentum has turned, the money has turned, and it is now 7-6. Cloud9 showing us that we may have been wrong about Renegades' CT side of Mirage Blue.
I mean, like I said, I think in all honesty, to certain degrees, it kind of just seems like Cloud9 just are sort of like kicking up their pacing a lot more. Like they tried for these very careful executions, and while I feel like they were working at the beginning of this match, as you said, a lot of that was already going to be known. they would have had the 10-15 minutes to think about how to counter these out in between maps, and now they're just going into these pure aim battles, and I feel like player for player at this point, Cloud9 overall as the 5-man roster is still better than the Renegades, which is why some of these fast strats have started to work more now that they kind of got warmed up to it a bit. Not only this, but Renegades are also taking a lot of risks at the beginning of these rounds, which are more often than not now getting punished and leaving them in like 5-on-4 situations.
Yeah, I have a comment about that in a moment, but Ustilo over here at this B balcony is about to run into 3 Cloud9 members. He's again in this kind of an aggressive position, and Cloud9 has punished it multiple times, drops a molly on balcony, falls away. Azur's there backing him up a catwalk, and now Cloud9's going to back off of this. And yeah, ever since the pause in the last game, you kind of saw Renegades, like they were double cat, underpass pushes, they had the confidence, and all it took was a couple rounds, and Cloud9 is back in full force, have adjusted accordingly. And Yam's actually pushed all the way through A. They know this is a B play coming out from Cloud9. Yam has, walked through, where the terrorists buy the guns or whatever.
The spawn?
And, yeah. The T-spawn thing. And yeah, he might actually catch Automatic here, who has no idea this is even possible. So if Yam just, he's trying to see if Cloud9's even over there. He doesn't even bother to risk it. Drops him. Ustilo, here it is. Drops one, Stewie 2K falls. Ricky's there to back him up, and now Shroud only getting one 4-on-1 potential. Not even a reset, sorry. That is Cloud9 banks for days.
I'm disappointed in Yam that he didn't knife him here. What? He knew he had mid under control.
He's trying to win the game, Blue, and you're trying to get some antics?
I like,
for shame.
Listen, my point here is to make this stream entertaining.
It's
not to care about who wins.
Committed to being boring and wanting to see Counter-Strike. Nonetheless,
the place where the terrorists buy guns and things. That's your technical term for T-spawn now.
Yeah, if we're gonna take the motif of the whole information plays that we've been talking about all game, Yam being able to push through all the way through that place where the terrorists buy the guns. Allowed Renegades essentially to stack that. Nothing has ran up connector and just caught off Yam, who had no idea he could even be exposed from there. Ricky might have mentioned it, but it doesn't matter now because he's dead. JKS falls, and now it's a 2-on-5 retake. Beautiful connector split from Cloud9. I mean, they weren't even lurked all the way up air ramp yet. I think Nothing just took it on his own initiative and said, I'm going into connector, boys.
And it's another fast play, and all of a sudden, too, it's from a different angle, which we haven't really seen in a couple of rounds. Azur caught completely off guard, and then Ustilo as well kind of gets wrecked at the end. So, Cloud9, while they don't actually hold the lead this time around, it is still going to be a very close half. 8-7 in the favor of the Renegades, guys. Stick around. We'll be coming back to you in just about a minute and a half with the continuation here. Once again, this is the second map on Mirage here between Renegades and Cloud9 here at the ESL Pro League.
He's going to get the one kill in that bomb coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. He gets the triple FNX. Oh my god, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
The Aussies seeming to find some stride here on their CT side, but now we go to where they held a whole bunch of problems on the first time this map was played. They'll be jumping onto the T side now as Mirage is going to be replayed for the second map here between these two teams at the ESL Pro League. Lex, I mean, what do you think is going to happen here now? Since unfortunately the Renegades didn't really do so well on the T side the first time around, and now, I mean, unless they have some completely new ideas to bring to the table, which I highly doubt, do you think it's just going to be an absolute crushing from C9, or maybe just absolute chaos?
Well, I mean, in the first half of the first game, the second half of the first game, we didn't really get to see a whole lot of Cloud9 Terrorist side, and we got to see very little of the Renegades CT side. So that was the big question going into this map: is could Renegades get it done on their CT side? So Cloud9 back on CT. The big difference maker in this game isn't clutch plays. It's not any kind of crazy retakes. It's the anchors on the bomb sites. I mean, Stewie and Shroud were holding it down the entire game last game. So if they can do it again, you know, it's going to be so difficult for Renegades to have their game plan work here. So going into this pistol round could have huge ramifications. If Renegades can somehow inch out an 11-7 lead to this half would be the difference maker for probably both the morale and the ability to break Cloud9's defense. C9 actually playing all 5 players towards mid. Double cat, double connector, Skadoodle, and window.
And this will be good to correspond to what Renegades is doing right now, which is the 4-1 split, only keeping JKS to lurk in the A site and kill any rotations over towards B, whereas the rest are probably going to explode outside. Also keeping the option to go underpass, but I highly doubt they're going to follow through with that, given the large amount of Cloud9 currently sitting out here, and they're even directly contesting the underpass push. A few more have moved back, so they're actually looking for mid control, which means this is going to turn itself into an all-out brawl. They pushed out from underneath here. Ricky trying to go for the triple tap. That doesn't work, but a single tap from down below will do its job just fine. Unfortunately, though, beyond Ricky's kill, we have seen Shroud and Nothing pick up 2 more against them, and they have to fall back pretty quickly and rethink their plan.
Yeah, I think Nothing's aware now that they've fallen out of mid. Oh my god, Ricky.
Get wrecked.
Nice shot at a Stewie.
So Stewie's gonna go down, and that like opens up mid again, so they can just go for an A push since both of the other CTs close to this site are stuck at the moment near jungle. They've got them condensed, and you can push back in through connector here. Ricky kind of out in the open, but picks up another kill against Nothing, and that might actually seal the deal. We'll have to see how this repush moves in through connector. They're even expecting it. Ricky might actually call with his back turn. However, he escapes just around the edge in time. Flashbang to hold him back a little bit here. Actually, I apologize, that's a decoy. Not sure what good that's going to do, but regardless.
Faked you out.
Did a bit. But they're going to move up. They finally find Ricky, eliminating him. And Ustilo here, also still holding in the tier amp. He's been found out, but they do see automatic pushing up for the duel. That's not going to pay off so well. Skadoodle's the last one standing, but hold on. He's going to jump onto the bomb, and he's got a kit. Is JKS even going to peek this? He might be too slow about it. However, he does get just good enough of an angle so that he can find him immediately as he peeks out the door, grabs the easy headshot, and will end the round for the Renegades.
Valiant effort from Cloud9 to try and retake that bomb site, both Skadoodle and I believe it was automatic, yeah. It was an interesting, I mean, that mid-brawl could have gone any number of ways. Unfortunately, it was that difference-making kill from Ricky. For whatever reason, both Jordan Nothing Gilbert, and Skadoodle both fell back towards the window when they were splitting up connector. So Renegades pretty much had a free bomb site instead of sticking towards that A bomb site. So once the CTs were pretty much out of there, it was forced to be a 3-on-4 retake. Sorry, 3-on-3 retake. Nonetheless, Renegades, yeah, moving up here towards connector. It's a quick split. Skadoodle and Nothing both falling back towards jungle. Stewie 2K and automatic tucked away in this A bomb site. We were waiting this potential push from Stewie into Palace's JKS, and he drops him. That's a 5v3. Does have that scout. He's going to be rotating to CT spawn. Automatic still alive in the A bomb site as Nothing falls to AZR. Shroud does pick up one on a JKS, so Renegades know that the B bomb site is pretty much open because, well, he's the B player. And even he falls, so automatic maybe be able to recover some sort of a weapon, but he now hears them over towards CT spawn, can definitely try and make a kill come out of this, and there's one on Ustilo.
I like
long-range CZ.
I like the crab walk out from Firebox there to casually grab the kill. Nice little cherry at the top of that round. But the Renegade's very smart about it. Obviously proceeding into this site, kind of clearing things up quickly, and then being able to rotate very fast over towards the B-bomb site there. The cleanup from that point forward is very easy, and now we'll see more than likely an even easier round, since this is going to be the trash investment from Cloud9. No upgraded pistols beyond P250s, and no utility at all either. They've thrown the stack to a different site this time, however. 4 of their guys working over towards B, while keeping only Nothing towards the A site.
Yeah, and this is the potential 11-7 that I think I mentioned before the pistol round went down. So Renegades getting the best of these first 3 rounds here on the second half. Cloud9, on the other hand, might have sensed this might be a random. Oh, nice. He went P1 tap coming out from Ricky. Like, okay, cut me off of my own sentence because that shot was so nuts. Regardless, it's still B stack. They're not moving yet because they know at least Ricky's here, but Renegades moving back towards middle with that bomb. Yam and AZR towards connector. JKS slowly falling off of A. And little do they know, all three members of the B-bomb set are still here. So nothing will be hot to rotate in just a moment. See if Renegades, they have a full minute. Any moment now, Ricky's going to run into Stewie 2K at upper B. There it is. He's able to get him, and Stewie gets traded out. But Yam falls right after dropping out of Stewie 2K. So Azur, a lone defender of the B-bomb side, as JKS finally joins him. Nothing over at Catwalk. Not a whole lot he can do. Nice cleanup from Renegades. Using those SMGs at close range to their advantage. Nothing more terrifying with no head armor than a MAC-10 in your face. As Boys in the Hood demonstrated to us all many years ago. Nothing, though. Catches a lot of damage on AZR, and he gets dropped. That is 11-7 now for Renegades. And despite the fact that they lost a lot of guns right there, I mean, they're still in really good shape. They're probably going to keep this Galil, buy up AKs and the rest of the squad. And first gun round incoming blue.
And indeed, it will allow Skadoodle to pick up. Since they took it so preservatively, he is going to get the op with Arbor, which means we have that factor coming into play. But again, Skadoodle has been fairly quiet, not only on this map, but maybe even going back to the last map too. We haven't seen a lot of him yet. Now it's CT side though, and this is where he can play those more stable positions, favoring the A site for the time being. The Renegades doing a 3-2 split. They keep the bomb over towards A. Three of their players, they're going to be making a whole lot of noise into the B-bomb side. I don't know if they're going to fall with it yet. Regardless, Shroud messed up a smoke. This is going to allow them to jump right in where Yam grabs the diving kill. Look at this. No one rotating, though. They still, I think they realize this is going to be a fake, so they'll move in. Nothing holding in the sandwich position. No one checks it. They've got a great cross spray from underneath, too, and Nothing doesn't even care about that anymore. He's going to peek right out. Him and Stewie just shut it down. Quick scope from Ricky at the very least picks up another kill, but now it's even. Down to a 2v2. And all four of the players check across to go around the map here. Automatic still outside in mid with Stewie on the site. They have good presence to kill any players that move in from the cross base or even try to move past the site from T-ramp to get over there towards the connector itself. And it's kind of the same thing for the Renegades since they now hold control of CT spawn, but Yam not really going to use this too actively since he's only at 5 HP. Wants to see if he can grab anybody moving back. Won't be the case. At the moment, the entire map is frozen. All four of these players waiting for their opponents to do something. Unfortunately for the Renegades, though, they're at a lot lower HP, and they're the ones who have to move out eventually. As the time gets lower and lower, down to 30 seconds now, Yam is going to start to creep up onto the bomb site. Looking to see if he can grab really any of these guys, but they're not doing a very good job of giving out anything, which is actually great for them. It's finally found Automatic, and actually there we go. There's the first kill, and now worse off. Stewie stuck in the firebox, but it doesn't matter. He grabs that first kill. He cannot follow up, though, with 5 HP. Only one bullet was needed on Yam to finish it off. He cannot do it, though. And with that, Yam grabs the clutch in the one-on-one and finds the 12th round for the Renegades.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, Automatic there, he was over at that stairs position and probably wasn't totally aware that somebody could have been in CT, or maybe he was because he peeked into it. Regardless, Yam had a nice shot onto him. And if he had just bided his time another moment longer and waited to kind of bait Stewie, I think he was in the most dominant position to save that round there for Cloud9. The bomb was down. They had every advantage. The only difference maker there was that, you know, the peak came too early from Tim. Regardless, you know, Cloud9 did a bit of damage, and 12-7 now. Renegades in a dominant fashion, clearing out this T-side half as the first kill goes from Azur on Automatic. And one by one, Renegades seem to file up Catwalk with Azur Ustillo clearing ladder room. Ricky and Yam both falling back now. I think they're going to probably hit back towards A as the bomb's moving that way. Azur does have connector control, and he does spot players on the A bomb site, so at some point Cloud9 is going to start to rotate, but it is not this point yet. Stewie 2K tucked away in that connector position, or sorry, sandwich position. And actually, that previous round, I think
What?
Stewie's going to pick up one. Skadoodle's going to get a second.
It's so weird for them to molly off sandwich and then not have the players pushing out for T-ramp look for that.
So I was going to say something on that previous round about nothing in that sandwich spot. That was Stewie that round, but it seems like that's a common Cloud9 late round setup, right? Stewie under Balk, Jordan at sandwich. I think I saw this like crazy, it might have been ace out of nothing some weeks past. The last time they played this map, I don't know. I saw it on Reddit. Okay, so my source isn't exactly that credible. But regardless, I mean, he's incredible at playing this position. He just spins around in circles and catches headshots and such, you know? So for him to be there and
wrong
them,
player.
Yeah, for him to be there.
Wrong meme.
If it's not him, it's somebody else. Like, throw a Molotov there, man, and clean it up, because time and time again, Renegades getting burned for it. Now, luckily, in that 2v2, they were able to win it, and that round was just an eco, but I'm sure in these following gun rounds, as they have the lead, they have the momentum, they have the money control, close this out. If you're going to fall back to the A-bomb site again, please, burn it. Burn it with fire.
So for now, again, the Renegades really taking this slow since they have the lead, and especially on these gun rounds too, really wanting to try and get as much early punishment onto C9 as possible, because we can remember too, going back to that first half, is that they were very active on their aggression after they managed to get that lead early on there. When we were up at like 8-1 or something like that, they were pushing out. This is where they did start to make some mistakes, because this is where the Renegades were able to get early punishment, which led to them getting easy site takes. Now, though, it seems like Cloud9 are doing almost the exact opposite. They're playing it back. We haven't seen a whole lot of aggression just as of yet on this half. So the Renegades are still playing it slowly, and this is going to lead to some issues there, because now with only 30 seconds left, they've made zero progress on getting close to a site, and they just have to try and make up for this all at once, where they are going to run into these passive setups.
Yeah, and there's automatic, the thorn in the side of Renegades throughout both these games, playing that ladder room position oh so well, but nothing, overpeaking a bit there at Connector, falling to Azar. And now, 4 members of the Renegades moving out of this A-bomb site. Finds Stewie, finds automatic, but 2 of them getting dropped in the process. And now it's a 2-on-1. Shroud rotating from the B-bomb site is over towards jungle already. But Yam, with that A1S that he's had for like 6 rounds in a row now, drops Shroud. And so it's 14-7. Renegades poised to take this one away. It's Cloud9 force up.
They need to see it. Skadoodle even had a great position here, too, to really start to punish that. We can see he picks up that first kill. That one seemed like it was dead to rights, but somehow misses that. Had he picked up that kill, that's the round over more than likely for C9, but not going to be the case. And now we can see again, it's a straight run of rounds for the Renegades, as they are just 2 away from stealing the map. Cloud9 even forcing it here. They're going to play for the win. And finally, you're also going to put a bit more active pressure towards mid, keeping Stewie in the connector, having Skadoodle close by to the window to jump out if needed, and even automatic, placing himself on pretty forward push catwalk position. Stewie, though, doesn't even want to wait around in connector. He's pushing top mid right now, and Renegades are playing passively waiting for him. It could be a trap if he follows through.
Yeah, I'm having flashbacks. I believe it was Davey who in the post-game of the last map said, wow, that map could have been 16-7 if it weren't for some pretty crucial round mistakes out of Renegades. And here we are, and it's 14-7. Davey, do you have special powers that I don't know about?
Davey the Prophet.
Or are you just that smart? How big is your brain? Tell me more.
But look at this push from Stewie, though. He actually does get good timing on it. Unfortunately, the members of the Renegades fall back. It's going to be automatic, though, up on top of that fence position. Their T's own smoke disallows for a trade. He's able to fall back once again. They didn't do that perfect smoke that gives him a little tiny angle on the right to peer through. Just a all-out smoke over there. Now Ricky getting himself into a bit of a duel versus the Scout, which actually could prove very dangerous here. However, handles it anyway, shuts down Shroud. But take a look at this from Stewie. He's going back through underpass. He's going to walk out. He's going to walk.
Oh my god.
Oh! Waits for him to look. And Stu just grabs the headshot. Trigger reaction, if it was, ping was a little bit different there. Might have been able to see him, the opper pull the trigger first for Ricky and win that round. Regardless, though, they now push into the A site. And although it's only solo JKS right now, we'll see the rest of the team follow through. But JKS is going to get burned from out of that corner in Firebox. Has to fall back underneath. There's only 10 seconds left. Again, they got to get up to this site. Automatic peaks, finishes off JKS. 6 seconds, the bomb goes down, and they execute it. Cloud9, nicely done. Unfortunately, Renegade's a bit too slow with the follow-up after JKS grabs that kill, and that will allow them to keep themselves in this game. 8-14, a long road to recovery, but at the very least, they're not up the dominating not up at 15-7 just yet, where they would be 1 away from closing out the map.
Yeah, beautiful regroup there from Renegades. Unfortunately, Cloud9 just cross-firing. There's just not enough time left on that clock. Plenty of rounds to work with, though, to close this out as Renegades. And I'm not going to take credit for that curse. I believe that was Davies. So Twitch chat, you have him to thank for that. And he's making faces at me now. He seems to be angry. I don't know. JKS with a huge 1D gun at Jordan. And nothing falls. So these deals have paid dividends for Renegades in the past, and Azar picks one off a Skadoodle, but Stewie with the spray transfer drops 3, and now it's a 3v2. Stewie's still alive, looking for the ace over the A-bomb side. There's 4 on the JKS, and there's 5 from Stewie. Let's go. 14-9 now. Cloud9 answering back.
Very casual ace from Stewie. It's a nice buffet of 3 kills.
He does that thing, you know, the ace.
Running right
Kills
through
the whole
connector.
team every once in a while.
I like too how the rest of the Cloud9, they don't, you know, try to move out just to guarantee that they don't all of a sudden break free of that control and get into the side. Now we'll just let him have it. Yeah. He's got it under control.
I mean, we talked about his confidence before any of these maps even started, and we just watched him in concurrent rounds walk through a smoke upper B to flank Ricky and simultaneously give him a pat on the head and then ace. So, Stewie, you're feeling it, dude. And full buy round coming out from Renegades after that eco, so enough utility to maybe mount some sort of an execute. Ricky is manning the AWP over towards A ramp, and look where nothing is. He just happens to be in sandwich. There he is.
Nothing also posted up on top too, so unless Palace pressure rolls its way out here, it is a great setup to try and punish players moving like Ricky. Stewie's actually going to drop down underneath though, after this flashbang rolls in.
JKS, unfortunate timing. I mean, he would have cleared. Oh, never mind. Well, there it is. Ricky didn't have a Molotov, but JKS, though, returns the pain back onto Nothing's face. And now it's a 3v3. Automatic and Skadoodle both answering, though, so it's now 3-on-2. And JKS and Yam scrambling to get over to this A-bomb site, but Cloud9 is already there. Both Shroud and Automatic coming up towards CT spawn, towards that toll booth area. Skadoodle flashed off, but he has that AK-47 ready to cover the cross if need be. But he needs to stay alive. They might rotate. Yeah, there's Automatic hesitating again. They're not quite sure whether Renegades is even on this bomb site yet. They have no visual confirmation that they actually are there. There's the bomb plant. They know now. The retake is coming on, and Skadoodle does spam Yam down before JKS drops Automatic. And now it's a 1v2. He's stuck in Palace. Skadoodle has a Molotov. They're just going to walk down to this bomb site. They're going to defuse. Shroud's going to get the headshot, and now it's 14-10. The comeback is real.
Headshot through the smoke, we should mind you, too, as he tries to creep his way through it. But they get the lock on still. Skadoodle as well with some good shots to end things there. But Cloud9 now finally getting their stride back a bit here, and Renegades seem to be running into a bit of a wall, as it would seem. Money kind of going to be on the edge for this round. Wouldn't be too surprised if we see a save or just a half buy, which looks like it is the route they're going towards. Upgraded pistols for most. Deagles, Tech-9s, P250s. JKS just going to buy up armor since he had like 6.5K I think at this round, so he was sitting a little bit better than the rest. But for most, it is just going to be those pistols, so a very light round and also very fast moving in for mid control here, especially on platform. They're going to make a rush to the bomb site.
Yeah, amazingly, I mean, Cloud9's money is still not very good after winning 3 in a row, so any damage that Renegades can put onto Cloud9 is going to be huge. Just making sure that they cannot build any sort of a bank whatsoever. They have cat control now, and pretty much the entire team is either in window room, ladder room, or cat. And nothing is aware of that. He flashes off and takes out Ricky. 5v4 now, Renegades stalling. And wisely so. I mean, Cloud9 pretty much knows where all of them are. Yam tucked away in upper B with this bomb. And a Deagle, and probably a Dream, if I had to guess. An Australian Dream of many... whatever Australians dream about. Nonetheless, this 5v4 is slowly going to move towards B, I think. I mean, there's 3 members on Catwalk. You got to think they're going to go towards B, and as I say that, JKS moving over towards connector.
Never works out the way you want to, does it?
Nope. And now I look like an idiot. Thank you, JKS. But this is a good call, because, I mean, we have Stewie pushed up at A ramp, and Nothing is tucked away in jungle. So if they can get this kill onto Nothing, they might be able to squeeze a plan out before Stewie rotates back. But as I say that, he seems to have gotten the call, and he's all too aware. But he falls to Ustillo. Skadoodle and Nothing both pick up 1. And now it's just Ustillo in a 1v4 with a bomb down towards triple. Finds 1 more, and as I said, any damage is good damage. But the 3 HP and the 1 HP members of Cloud9, Skadoodle and Nothing, didn't die, which would have been huge for the progression of the rest of this half. Where, you know, 14-11, Renegades need any sort of advantage they can find to close this out. And if they can send Cloud9 to an eco for the final round, that'd be huge. Cloud9 still not able to build a bank.
They more than likely still have them on an eco regardless, or at least the force-up is going to be at most pistols with armor. With the current money that Cloud9 are sitting on, it's really not that great. I think most are sitting just around 1K. Maybe a little bit more or less than that. That's about the average. I think 1 player has enough to fully buy a rifle, but I think that's it. So if they can win out here, then it's going to be great. Renegades as JKS moves in, but there's Nothing absolutely destroying them all. Unfortunately, they can't counter it out after he gets that first kill. It's a bit too close, and I don't think he fully realizes it. So he sprays down all 4 of them, and now it's just Justillo. Nothing's going to be on the hunt for this ace, though. And Ustilo again, he'll wait for Shroud to peek back out by Ticket. They don't know where he's moved in from yet, but I think they've got a good idea since he wasted no time rushing back in to try and make up for this. Nothing with that huge play, though, may have just saved the team once again and put the Renegades out onto another eco. Ustilo trying to move in, nothing finds it. Ace will be denied. Ustilo still looking for the clutch, of course. He moves up, but he can't do it. Shroud shuts it down, and Cloud9 pick up a 12th.
It's a round 1 for Cloud9, but it's a round heartbreak in our hearts.
So with that, we will go into a somewhat predictable pause from the Renegades, as they were kind of, like I said, like 3 rounds ago, they kind of ran into a wall. It's always right when you get to like 14, 15 rounds, and we've seen this with like so many teams, especially in this region too. It affects this region so hard when these teams just cannot close out matches, and it seems to be the case for the Renegades now.
I mean, it's tough, especially when you can't quite break the economy of Cloud9 and you're losing these tight situations. To get the 14th point, they had the 2v2 that should never have happened ever with the dying seconds in the round. But other than that, they've had no success. They're looking towards mid. They're trying to get cat control. They're trying to go to window, and it's just nothing is working for them. And they're letting Cloud9 get really aggressive over at A ramp. They're letting them get into Palace and flank them from upper B. I like to see them just slow it down, spread the map control. Don't worry about running a strat right now. Don't worry about trying to execute on a bomb site. Just find out where the aggression is coming from and punish it. I mean, Cloud9's not even taking that many gambles. It's all calculated, you know, round timings. Okay, we're at a minute. There's no sign of presence over here at B. I'm going to push upper B. Shroud's been doing that in both maps in both games. Over at the other side, Stewie 2K has pushed A ramp constantly. And, you know, maybe they're getting a kill or two out of it, but more importantly, they're getting the information that Renegades is somewhere else on the map. I mean, at some point, you got to think, if Renegades was just more diligent in either their lurks or just on the extremities of the map in general, you know, being more diligent about preventing these kind of plays from happening. And once or twice, as I say that, actually, JKS has walked up A ramp into pretty much an empty bomb site, right? I think he killed nothing there 2 or 3 rounds ago, yep. and they almost pulled the round off.
But they were too slow to follow up. I think it was actually JKS that gets it because he goes in from Palace and gets a drop-down kill.
That's right.
But then the 2 that are still alive at that point for the Renegades take like 30+ seconds to rotate. And in that time, obviously, C9 are going to be able to move over from B, so they are already in position, and it's like Shroud and automatic. I think they just pull off the retake.
And as I say that, all 5 Renegade players are heading towards A, so let's see if this pays off for them. Plenty of utility. Looks like it might be another Palace dive. This worked for them twice already. He's just walking out of Palace. Yam takes the gunfight. Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. Skidoodle punishes him. Nothing with the AK spray down. 3 more for nothing before he finishes his magazine. And Ustilo, once again, in a 1v3. I feel like we've seen a lot of Ustilo clutch situations today.
We have. And he's got to have another one in front of him. That was a very high-pitched noise I just made.
It was beautiful.
It's, you know, a lot of casting over the past 3 days. But as we can see, Ustilo, he is going to toss down that Molotov there. Shroud, though, corresponds with the smoke. Big denial from him. Ustilo probably going to be a bit ticked off, and the damage certainly not going to help his case. Now it's time to really just fall back. He sees the 2 players pushing him from Ticket, though, so he actually knows where all 3 of them are playing from now. It's all about just executing. The Molotov goes his way, though. He tries to peek out. The up is already primed by that point and ready to go. So Cloud9 have made this comeback happen. They are 13-14, 1 round away from tying this up, and it puts us onto a round where, unfortunately, Renegades are not going to be able to even really go for a full buy here. It's just going to be another half buy with Tech9's other upgraded pistols, and some will have armor behind them.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, Renegades had this hot start to this first half, winning 6 in a row. And then Cloud9 has followed up with 6 straight of their own. So this dominating kind of complete money control, and even the gun rounds, like Cloud9 has turned the page for dominance, and Renegades just can't seem to get anything done. They opted for that same strat they've run multiple times of scrimming at a Palace, and it just, Skidoodle was ready for it this time, and nothing made them pay the iron price with 3 AK kills in a quick succession. So now, slowly working the map, as I would ask them to do on a gun round. There's one catch caught out by Yam with the Deagle. JKS is already at a Palace, dueling with Skidoodle now at jungle. Ustill's going to pop flash these 2 up connector and see whether or not they can get on the A-bomb site, but Skidoodle is still there and still paying, oh my gosh, all the op bullets into all the faces. 4v2 now. Skidoodle being crept on by Ustilo and is about to be faced by Ricky. He could just bide his time a moment longer. Ricky might be able to get out of here alive, but...
So here's the thing too, is that like even if Ricky peeks and goes down, they've got the trade set up for it. Ysteelo can move in, and while he will find that kill, automatic trades. Why didn't they do that with like the last 3 players that just peeked them one by one?
I don't know, man. I don't know, but it's 14-14. Cloud9 has, I mean, I would say this is a completed comeback, but it's not a win yet. This is the match right here. Final buy coming out from Renegades, despite the money bonus. I guess technically they'll be able to force up the next round regardless. 14-14, Cloud9 hot on the comeback. Let's see whether or not Renegades can claw their way back into this one.
The Renegades, again, going to be moving all across the map, just lining up a default 1 player, basically every entrance to the bomb sites. Also leaving Yam outside towards mid to sort of poke for pressure here. Ricky very quick to peek out for jungle spot too. He won't be in the presence of Nothing yet, but Nothing is jumping up there to peek for it. Does not look like he's going to be obliged with the timing on it, however, as he won't see him jumping up and down when he finally decides to start moving out into the open. And in the meantime, Ysteelo and Azure have also pressed up towards the apartment area. And there's no one from Cloud9 really checking that. They have Shroud, but he's further back from the site. There's the jump that Ricky wanted to see. But again, he's going to miss the shot.
Yeah, Nothing fully aware that his position is definitely exposed to Palace. Opts to jump peek instead. You saw him jiggle peek it just a moment before, but didn't seem to spot Ricky, but that time he does. The information pretty much spoils the idea of bringing an AWP into Palace at that point. Skadoodle, though, drops Azure at upper B, and that's a huge kill, actually, because Ysteelo still has the potential to fake over there, but now Cloud9 knows that the play's coming towards the A bomb site. There's nothing succeeding that, or coming in succession over there at B, so Jordan gets flashed off. JKS and Ricky are coming up A ramp, joining Yam, who just planted the bomb over at triple, and Stewie2K and Skadoodle both towards that CT spawn. Let him kind of have the bomb site, waiting for the retake to come in. Ysteelo has flanked through upper B and is now coming in through kitchen. He's going to be the window flanker any minute now. Can win this round for his team. Yam over at Sandwich takes the gunfight with Stewie and loses.
Ysteelo's got to execute here. He's running out of time as they're slowly crunching in. He actually catches Shroud just as he is looking back here. But JKS starting to move in. The bomb is well on its way to defuse it. Yeah. He's actually going to be able to take it down there. Ysteelo peeking out too, so they recover this. And finally, we see the Renegades pick up a 15th round. Took all that time, but they do get it, and they get the lead back. And not only this too, but you brought up the fact that, again, we needed to see Cloud9 build up a bank, and while they did do it for some of their players, some of the other guys are sitting a bit lighter. However, I think it's still at a point where we can see donations to give pretty much everybody on the team full guns, and actually no, it's still going to be a bit short of that. Automatic and Nothing have to work with these upgraded pistols, while Shroud and Stewie pick up M4s, and Skadoodle will get his up, but it's going to be Glass Cannon.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I mean, Renegades finally punishing across the map, making Cloud9 stay in their positions, and Ysteelo making the unbelievable flank there. I mean, the full 4 teammates that were coming in from Cloud9 trying to envelop the site, take it carefully, which gets ruined. And once you still got that first kill, everybody turned around. And actually, Skadoodle opens up this round with killing a Ricky.
He also tagged Yam when he tried to cross in mid too, so a great start from him. Shroud, though, having a bit of trouble. Still doing damage to Ysteelo, but he's been brought down to about 50 HP himself, but this is going to cause some early rotations. And there, Ska again moves in, takes down Ysteelo. Shroud's going to get denied of finding anything in its full frag potential, but Skadoodle here again, still fragging out. Already up to 2 on this round. If Yam goes down, he'll get the assist on that. They'll allow them to find the plant since it'll be the final round here. Now they're going to move in for the retake. 2 of them already pushing in from the underpass here. Automatic grouping up with Nothing, trying to crunch into the apartments, and also Stewie moving in with Skadoodle. Molotov is good, but unfortunately JKS isn't even going to be able to get his gun out in time, and now these players from Market can jump out. Yam finds 1 kill, but Skadoodle picked up another. Yam at 20 HP looking for the clutch. He's still got 2 to go. Skadoodle leaps out into the open, but now he's jumping onto the bomb. It's a full 10-second defuse, but he's sticking it, and as Yam, unfortunately, unbeknownst to him, whether the fact that Skadoodle has a kit or not, he has to push for it, and that's where Automatic's going to punish, and that's where it's going to tie and take us into overtime.
What a comeback, man. What a comeback.
How many rounds? It was like 7 or 8 in a row.
14-7.
I think it was. But before we get to overtime, we're going to go to a quick break, guys. So stick around for the continuation of this match.
He's gonna get the 1
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Renegades had a huge lead starting off the second half, and they threw it all away, allowed for the comeback from C9. And while they did eventually find their 15th round, Cloud9 responded right back on a forced-up engagement, and were able to take things into OT. So we will go into it, guys, and for anybody that may be newer to our streams, it's going to be MR3 10K, fairly standard rules as far as the usual competitive scene is concerned. Just waiting for the players to ready up, and we will jump into it. Lex, what do you think is going to happen here in overtime? What's going to go down, man?
I have no idea. I'll be honest. This game has been so back and forth. Renegades up 14-7. I don't know. That's got to hurt.
Now that, like, we've seen the two teams play out entirely, map 1 obviously showing all the strats, map 2 having to turn into this crazy just, you know, frag fest. Now it's overtime. Economy, for the most part, maybe for the CTs in the third round, but economy for the most part not really going to be an issue anymore.
No.
What does that turn into?
I mean, it potentially can. If the counter-terrorists lose the first two, they might have to eco the third, of course. But Cloud9 has shown that they can do it with 5-7s. They can do it with UMPs. They can do it with ops. I'm sure that's the last thing in their mind is worrying about losing the first two and going to eco. Regardless, Cloud9 CT side, I mean, they gave up the first 6. They looked like they were in shambles, and Renegades was going to run away with this map, right? I think it was 14-7, I just said. By all means, Renegades had every chance to take this map away. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you're rooting for, Cloud9 coming out on top for most of the second half of the second half. So now it's 15-15. I think for the overtime, I mean, anything can happen. I think both these teams have run out of strats and run out of ideas, and I think this is probably where the match gets wild.
Yeah, the match is going to go absolutely crazy from here, but we do have, I believe, a replay from a little bit earlier on in the match. I think it was from round 14 as we were getting ready to close out the first half. We had that crazy flank from Yam here. He was able to decimate Cloud9, and this did guarantee the lead for the Renegades. But again, guys, still waiting, I believe. I'm very confused now, actually.
Well, tell us about Poland, Blue. I don't know, man.
Everybody keeps asking about Poland. I didn't see anything in Poland. I just went there, castled land, and came back.
You didn't go dancing with
like,
beautiful Polish
This is
women?
the thing, right?
You're kidding.
Is when you go to, like, smaller lands, is that you normally don't get to, like, especially if it's, like they send you and then they bring you out, it's like you don't get to see the country you go to. You're, like, just there to work. I saw Poland the last time I was there, but this time I literally
I would have lived it up, Blue. Lived it up.
Yeah, I needed sleep, unfortunately, because I had to fly back here and cast today.
We're casting ESL Pro League. You can sleep later tonight. We got OT to worry about, and you got to cast another series. So
yeah, you know, it's all fun.
I love you.
It's all fun, Lex. I love casting. But I had to fly there, get off the plane, go to the studio, and then I had to go back to the hotel after we finished the prep day. Back to the studio when I woke up to do the first day. Back to the hotel. Back to the studio when I woke up. Back to the hotel. Get up at 3 a.m.
I have no sympathy for you. Do you
know
what happened to me yesterday?
What happened yesterday?
I got attacked by a drug-sniffing dog. I had no drugs on me, so they had to let me go. And then, he was a very cute black lab, actually. He was so adorable.
That's the standard.
Oh my god, my heart melted.
Pupper for airport sniffing.
I think we're going live.
I think we are as well. So let's get in game so we can actually have some stuff to talk about. After I became very confused by that replay that we showed.
And it seems both teams have saved up a lot of money in this downtime. They have 10,000 apiece, and there are 6 rounds to play total in each half. MR3, and by half I mean OT.
It's still half.
Renegades splitting the distance now, 15-15, able to send it to OT. Ricky and Ustillo taking mid-control kind of quick, actually, in high and stark contrast from what they've done at all throughout the entire first half of both games, or the T-side halves of both games, as they're creeping up on our window there. And JKS and Yam have posted up in Palace. They seem to, I think they've drone up this strat because they know Stewie plays this toll booth every round, just about, if they're playing passive. And so with these smokes, they're forcing nothing to worry about connector, because there's such a mid-presence out of Renegades. This might just be a connector split with JKS and Yam taking the gunfight onto Stewie. And here it is. JKS creeping out, doesn't quite spot him yet, and he's turning away, but Stewie's able to get the gunfight, gets the better of Yam. Fortunately, nothing is late to rotate. Actually, he does pick up one on a JKS. Azure follows it up back trade, and now it's a 3v4. Renegades just about has the full control of the bomb site, and you still, again, backstabbing on automatic. This man is a lurk machine. Stewie burning over there at the toll booth. He's going to be okay, though. Skadoodle's there to help him out. Planning front triple is Azure, and now it's Ustillo and Ricky joining him in this 3v3 A bomb site defense. They know both Ricky and Ustillo are over here towards this jungle side. Ricky, posted up with his AWP, is sure to get one as Azure gets spammed down from Stewie. Nice marksmanship from him.
Ricky, though, caught missing a shot. It's just a bit too early, so this allows Cloud9 to find their way back into the site. There's still damage moving through. They know exactly where that's planted, but look at Stewie just pushing right up there. Not necessarily through the smoke, but at the very least around it. Ustillo grabs the kill, Stewie trades it, but here comes Ustillo still holding. He doesn't realize, though, that Shroud's on the bomb trying to spray, but it's in the wrong angle, and oh no, at 41 HP, Shroud pulls off the defuse, and Cloud9 are going to win the first round here in OT.
Ustillo almost with another hero play. Just, oh man, that hurts. Just inches away, really, from the diffuser, and as CT sided that round, as that round went for the most part, it was Ustillo coming with a backstab, picking up 2 kills, and evening things up pretty much for the Renegades. Unfortunately, Cloud9 just kind of dashes their hopes and dream of a quick first round victory on T side, which would have been huge. I mean, both these T sides towards the end both tapered off. Well, I guess Cloud9 tapered on. Renegades tapered off, yeah? Yeah, doesn't matter. 16-15, Cloud9.
Please don't ask me to ascertain logic.
Blue,
especially after today's events.
I have black lab all over me. Skadoodle taking damage from Catwalk. I also lost my luggage. Automatic finds one. Dude, he's been such a problem over here at Ladder Room. You'd think Renegades would learn that this guy, he's going to be there, right? I mean, use your Molotovs, use some flashbangs. Don't just walk through a smoke into automatic spray. But then again, that's kind of the strength of automatic is he seems to not care that they know he's there. He's going to fight, he's going to fall, but he's going to take somebody with him every time. And there he finds Yam, which, I mean, now that they've given up window room control, nothing is kind of in this position to rotate back towards B. And there's 3 players over at that window room area B. So if Renegades opt to go towards B here, this is going to be bad news bears, as Cloud9 seems to have stacked it inadvertently with all 5 players up. It's not as big of a deal as you might think, as they know that Renegades are most likely in window. It's just a matter of Skadoodle and Nothing paying their dues to that noticed information. So as I say that, Nothing finds him, and Shroud actually takes down JKS. Automatic falls up on Azure, and now Ricky in a 1v5, an unwinnable situation. He drops 1 on a Nothing. Show me some magic, Ricky. Let's see what you got. And as I say that, he's walking up. He just wants some no-scopes for the streams.
Won't find it, though.
Yeah. What?
Won't find any, though.
I thought you said Finding Nemo. I don't know. You're tired. You just, you know, you're not
is
sleeping.
heading downhill fast.
No way. It's just getting started. We're having fun. 17-15, Cloud9. Yeah. Okay. Regardless of what we've been talking about all day with strategy, my George W. Bush now, strategy and tactics, and information plays, and kind of playing these mind games with each other throughout. Cloud9 has shown a lot of heart. Their CT side has been so good today for the most part, and as I say that, Shroud finds one on a Ricky over at Upper B, but JKS drops Stewie 2K in a Palace duel, and they know that's the A-bomb side anchor. He might just try and throw a fake over here, try and pull a rotator, and actually he's already done that. 2 members over here at CT spawn. The connector is open. Azure is free to just walk up. Skadoodle punishing these Palace players now, though. Yam falls, JKS alone over there towards A with Azure over in jungle, and Automatic seems to know that he's there. Only a matter of time before Azure tries to make a move. Let's see whether he falls back towards the A-bomb site or actually tries to push through. The bomb definitely has already come over towards A, so the decision's been made. It's just a matter of proper use of utility and trying to find these kills for Renegades now. It's a man-down situation, 50 seconds left on the clock. Plenty of time to work with. They're going to see if they can catch any rotates, and they're definitely making their presence known in the process. So Cloud9 almost fully rotating, but once this bomb goes down, it will be a 4-on-3 retake situation for Cloud9. Nothing in Skadoodle over here at this toll booth area, joined by Automatic now, and just Shroud. Worried about any sort of... He's worried about Ustillo flanking from B. Unfortunately, Ustillo's at underbalk right now. So it's just wasted time from Shroud at this point, but he can't know that. Only we can. And The flashbangs come in. As are ever aware that Shroud is still unaccounted for. Automatic finds one into Ustillo. Now he knows the flanker's non-existent, and Shroud actually comes through with a P250 and drops AZR and JKS in a 1v1 against Shroud. This is huge. Shroud's not going to get the fuse. Not going to get the fuse at all, but nice effort there.
What's even worse, too, is we actually saw Skadoodle, who kind of creeped up there, wanted to try for the defuse, but he got too close to the molly and actually burned himself down because of that.
I'm sure Twitch chat is having a field day.
Oh, a couple 1Gs in the chat.
Just a couple? One or two?
I mean, he didn't kill himself. Like, it wasn't his molly. It was just... He technically killed himself.
Personally, I'm glad.
Depends on what you define as killing yourself in a Molotov.
For Summit to this day. But you got to think, man. There's no better way than to turn yourself into a meme forever. Because I can't even stop saying it, you know? Hey, I even watch streams, and I'll type 1G.
Who doesn't?
Bless his heart. I
mean, it's so unfortunate. It just ended a blooming professional career, man. He was doing so well.
Sorry. 16-17. You know, going into this next half, Renegades kind of had a shaky CT side as they need to basically win 3-0, right, to take out the half. So I don't think you're going to see that. I think Cloud9 is going to come out guns blazing and potentially end it with 2-round wins of their own. But I'm sure you're hoping and praying for a double OT.
Definitely not.
Don't lie to me, Blue.
Might
Don't
tilt
lie to
a
the
little
stream.
bit.
They know better.
Look, I will look the stream directly in the eyes and say, I'm not hoping for a double OT. In fact, I'll go a bit crazy here. Oh, well, I can't look in the eyes and say this to them anymore, so now, as far as they don't lie,
awkward.
Renegades are going to 3-0 this. Watch.
Okay.
If this happens, you owe me $5, by the way.
Called Caster's Curse, and it is real. I'm not superstitious about anything in life, but this I know to be true.
Cloud9, however, are going to start to line up their push. Early mid control. Ricky just taking pot shots out at mid. Doesn't find anything, but Yam, however, peeks out. He'll get one and done. As they're sneaking his own way in, moves in there and takes down nothing. So for the time being, the Renegades hold an advantage, but at the same time, they're very passively holding away from mid, and also two in the B bomb site. Right now, you've only got JKS here. Stu moves in to take down Ricky. He'll find another one, but Shroud also shuts down JKS. So just like that, or even into a 2-on-2, and Cloud9 have pretty much full control of the A bomb site.
Yeah, this is actually the same strat that they ran in the last half of their T side in the first half of this entire game, was Cloud9 doing a quick connector split. Unfortunately, you know, nothing does get away with one over there, connector, but Skadoodle and Shroud now in a 2v2. Molotov over there at Toll Booth burning away. And it's just a matter of time before Azar comes in with his flank from A ramp. As Ustillo creeps up on Toll Booth. One by one, Azar's going to pick these guys off. Unfortunately, he doesn't know where Shroud is now. Shroud has descended into the depths of Sandwich, and as I jinx it, as I live and breathe, Shroud takes down the last two in a beautiful set of headshots.
Oh, I lost the bet.
Yeah.
I guess I owe you $5 now.
I don't need your money, Blue. I need you to continue casting with me, even if this goes to 1 billion OTs. That
would be the perfect end.
As you collapse
this just went like quintuple overtime.
I hope production knows if you collapse on stream, I want them to catch every second of it. I know CPR, you're good.
Even if there's like an intense 1v1 situation where it decides the game.
You just doze off. It's okay.
You want to see that
I got your back, bro. Stewie2K doing this well.
Skadoodle's got a good angle, and he can actually punish Ustillo there.
Beautiful pick from Skadoodle. This is Ricky, though. This is Ricky's ballpark. He just picked off Stewie at mid, and then turns around and grabs Skadoodle, and he knows nothing's up there, and actually a beautiful headshot coming out from Jordan. Might be able to find the second. He catches a dink, though, from Azar, and now it's a 3-on-3 with the bomb site still in not control of Cloud9. They might have to fall off this. It seems like they will. It's automatic, maybe accidentally jumping there. I'm not really sure what happened, but Yam finds him. And now it's a 2v3. Shroud nothing, two options, fall back, go all the way to A, or just bide their time back towards T-spawn and then see what the CTs do. As an opportunity to close this game out kind of is on the horizon for Cloud9, this kind of 2v3 situation is like nerve-wracking for the CTs. I mean, if you're the anchor at either bomb site, it's pretty much your job to make sure that doesn't happen. So, as we see that, nothing creeping up A ramp. Sure to find a duel at some point, but JKS is playing oh so passively in A spawn. Sorry, CT spawn? Toll Booth. Nothing in Shroud, creeping up towards Sandwich now. 25 seconds remaining, so as soon as any sound is made, any sort of a bomb plant, the rotation is on. Unfortunately, it looks like the rotation is actually going back towards B in the wrong direction. JKS, though, knows better, pushing up towards Toll Booth now. Yam does not know, because he left this window just moments ago, Jordan was able to slip right behind him, and he's going to get that kill for free. And now it's a 2v2. This is a very doable situation for Cloud9. It's all on nothing to be able to hold this jungle position and make AZR waste time to clear him out. You know, he could overpeak, he could lose the round for his teammates, so he's just playing as passively and as carefully as he can. But he's smoked off now. He's going to have to go through it at some point. And actually Shroud with the awareness that maybe he could make the play on Azar, and he does, but JKS is there to follow it up. And now he has to make a move on nothing.
It's too late now.
And there's nothing that he can do.
Can't even find it. He's not going to be able to get this to the spray. The knife
almost
coming
coming in
with the
from
knife.
nothing.
They know they got it. So with that,
man.
ladies and gentlemen, Cloud9 are going to be able to close out the second map in overtime. 19-16 is going to be the final score. A very unfortunate end on the last round there, but nonetheless, they'll take it 2-0 for this evening, both on Mirage as well. Map which they historically have not really been going so well on, but this night we'll be able to 2-0 it.
Yeah, Cloud9 clawing their way back into the light at the end of Mirage. Actually, like that was, I mean, both, the first game was close, but not on the scoreboard necessarily. And then in the second game, it was actually close on the scoreboard, but it seemed like the entire game, these guys were just going back and forth. A little bit of money mismanagement and perhaps some unfortunate rounds for Renegades in the first map that they lost. But the second round, I mean, all those successive rounds that went their way when they're up 14-7 and you blow the lead and you lose an OT.
So with that, guys, we are going to throw things back over to Davey and Tom to talk a little bit more about this game. Tom, why don't you open up the discussion here? What the heck went wrong there?
Frickin' throw grades, man. We thought they had it. We're just talking about how many times, how many missed opportunities Renegades had, and how many times did C9 pull an eco round out of their butt?
I think over the two maps, they probably won like five eco rounds. Especially like round 10 was a big one for me where, we have it right here. Ustillo pushes up here. The score's 7-2 at this point. They have 3 Glocks. He throws the smoke down, he gets Glocked, and they just like run into B and just run over them. Azar's able to get one traded back, but Shroud comes up on a flank here and takes down Ricky, and they lose this eco round. Like, it's so unnecessary. Like, I can understand from Ustillo's point of view, like if you push up upper B, you get the info. He throws the smoke down behind him, hoping that they won't look, blah, 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 all this stuff. But overall, it's just an unnecessary play. Like, you don't need to make that play when Cloud9's saving. Like, you just don't need to. Like, I can understand the logic behind it, and I can see why he did what he did, all this stuff, and yeah, it just didn't work out. But that's just a risk that isn't necessary, right?
Yeah.
It's like, like we were talking about last game, there's risk, reward, blah, blah, stuff. The reward wasn't worth the risk for that round.
I want to talk about Ustillo's performance because we have his stats, but he had some amazing flanks and just overall really solid performance.
Really
I mean,
well.
Renegades, yeah, I'm joking that they threw it, but then again, I mean, Cloud9, they were 10-0 before this started.
Well, that whole game overall was just a big clustered duck, right? Like, that whole game, it was just like, because it's the second map in a row, same teams, they're just doing stuff, right? I think Lex said it in the pregame for this map that in the map before, Shroud was doing really well at B, so Renegades was going to try to avoid that, right? And then that for most of their T side, they were just trying to like walk out A or like rush up A or do some sort of A execute, and it wasn't working. Nothing and Stewie were holding down the site really well. Skadoodle was rotating over there really well. And there's just like, it just wasn't working for them. And towards the end, they tried going back to B, but overall Cloud9 just had too much momentum, and Renegades couldn't close it out.
And that's one of the things, again, C9, they do it so well. When people aren't stepping up, someone else just comes to the plate. And let's pull up Stewie's stats because we have his as well. He had some amazing plays, not only in the first Mirage, but the second Mirage game as well.
Yeah, like overall, him and Nothing holding down that A site was just really overall really strong. And I think you could tell that Renegades was just sort of going for broke. Like, their ideas weren't bad, but they couldn't really execute on them very well because Stewie and Nothing were playing so well. Like, on any other day, them walking out of T-stairs, surprisingly jumping out Palace, those plays might have worked, but the A hold from Cloud9 was so strong in that last game, and that just nothing was working for Renegades towards the end.
Even when they were up 15-14 at the very end, I think nothing had an upgraded pistol, and they still were able to walk around that. So just some missed opportunities overall. But guys, want to give a shout out to the Score, esports.com. Take out your phone, download the app on your iOS or Android device. Go to the Google Play App Store. It's the best place for news and stats. And don't go anywhere after this break. We're going to have the debut of the best team in the world, SK Gaming, taking on Team Liquid.
Obviously, the numbers have grown.